Okay, so today is just going to be Spider-Man Day, I think. I will have some more videos tomorrow, definitely non-related to Spider-Man, but there's just a lot of things to talk about. So Spider-Man No Way Home released this weekend, caught it opening night, but definitely want to talk about what the future holds now. So of course, big spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home about to follow in this video. If you haven't not watched it, definitely click away, come back after you watched it. But let's talk about Spider-Man 4. Now, as we know, Tom Holland will be returning for Spider-Man for one more movie at least. Now, there is talk about a trilogy being signed, but I think that is definitely going to be something that plays out a little different than many people might think. But many people might have the same idea as I do, but I will talk about that in another video. So let's talk about Spider-Man 4, which we know is for sure happening according to Kevin Feige as well and Amy Pascal. Now, Tom Holland has said he doesn't want to keep playing this role into his 30s, so definitely feel like this next movie is going to set up a lot of more of a passing down the torch. But of course, we'll talk more about that in another video. Now, I think that Spider-Man 4 definitely is going to follow the Venom storyline. As we know, at the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage, we saw Venom actually be transported to the universe where Peter Parker from the MCU is. Now, according to the spell, wasn't everybody who was brought into our MCU was somebody who knew Peter Parker? That makes me ask, what Peter Parker does Venom have? And that's a good question there as well, right? I won't talk about that right now because that's another video I want to make as well. But what I do want to talk about is at the end of No Way Home, we saw that Venom, Tom Hardy, actually get transported back after the spell was done for everybody to forget that Peter Parker. Now, the only thing that happened, however, is that there was a piece of the symbiote that was still left there, who was not really after Peter Parker, but more exactly Spider-Man, because this symbiote actually sees Spider-Man as a very worthy host, so he just wants to attach to it right away. So I think that the Spider-Man 4 movie will definitely have Venom for sure, and I think they're going to do Kraven the Hunter, where I think that Kraven the Hunter is going to be allured by who exactly Spider-Man is. As you know, many people won't really remember Peter Parker. So I think that the identity of Spider-Man will be something that's a big trophy for Mr. Kraven the Hunter here. I also think that the symbiote will actually play a big part in the movie as well, as Peter is dealing with this thing as well, and maybe realizes it's going to work with it in a way before he realizes how bad it actually is in order to get away from Kraven the Hunter. So I think it's going to be a movie that starts off sort of like Peter and the symbiote sort of working together. They get down with Kraven the Hunter and take him out, whatever you want to call it. And then by the end of it, Peter's like, okay, I think we're done. But the symbiote, of course, is not done. And I think we get Eddie Brock in this movie, but not exactly Eddie Brock. I think Flash Thompson would be a great person to actually take on the symbiote and be an opponent for Peter Parker at a point. Now, the thing is that I think that they would definitely have to give us a Flash that was a little bit more different. But nonetheless, I do believe that we don't get that Flash scenario happening just because the way the character has been made already. I do see more of a thing happening where there is an Eddie Brock in college and we do get the full Eddie Brock story with Peter Parker as well. But I think that there's going to be a time jump that has to happen definitely with Peter and then love interest, new friend, Harry Osborn, all of that. Now, what I do think needs to happen by the end of this movie, however, is Miles Morales has to be introduced somehow, some way, so that by the end of this next trilogy that they're most definitely going to do after this latest movie did well over $500 million worldwide in its first weekend, I think that they definitely do have to give that torch by the next movie to Miles Morales and then end the trilogy with a Miles Morales focused movie. So that's definitely something I'm looking into talking about as well in another video. So definitely turn that notification bell on so you know when that video drops. But I do think that Spider-Man 4 is more supposed to be a darker film, I think, because Peter is really at his lowest, I feel. So introducing a character such as Kraven the Hunter would be a great idea, as well as the Venom suit. That definitely takes more of an advantage on somebody who is more feeling on the darker side of things, if you know what I mean. So I am excited definitely to hear what that Spider-Man 4 movie will look like, who will be included in it. According to rumors, I think Aaron Taylor Johnson, Mr. Quicksilver, is supposed to be playing Kraven the Hunter. That's a good casting choice, I think. So I'm definitely excited to see what they actually do. Kraven the Hunter, as you know, was supposed to play a part in No Way Home. Why we didn't get him, we don't know. But I do believe that he will be a great villain definitely in the future. But yeah, there was like a little part in No Way Home where they did show him, but just in a silhouette. They showed like Rhino, Scorpion, and some other characters. But I do believe that he definitely needs to get a chance as a main villain. Not just a little side villain, I think a main villain, because I think Kraven the Hunter is one that can really bring Spider-Man down to his core and really shake things up where we haven't seen a villain do in quite some time, I feel. So definitely looking forward to see what Sony wants to pull. But as I said, I think Miles Morales is an important character to have in the next movie, and I think that Miles Morales definitely needs to be introduced as well pretty soon and have that torch passed on, because I think that's going to be a central thing for Spider-Man's continuation, is to have other Spider people, because you could also have Silk, you could have Spider-Gwen, and the list goes on, right? So definitely hoping to see that be brought into the future of Spider-Man. We're seeing it with the Spider-Verse already, so hopefully there is some like connection here and there. But also Tom Hardy's Venom, I want to see him with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, now that we know these two are going to be rumored to be together, because according to a lot of rumors, Venom exists in Andrew Garfield's universe, because as we know, Morbius exists in Venom's universe. In Morbius's universe, there's Oscorp, and Oscorp does not exist in the MCU. So it makes sense that it exists in Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man universe. But we'll see what happens. There's a big thing going around now. It's sort of reminding me of Snyder Cut vibes, where people are asking for the Amazing Spider-Man 3. So it could work. We'll definitely see. I would love to see Andrew Garfield. After seeing him in No Way Home, he definitely feels that there's more to his story to tell, and I want to see that story. But let me know your thoughts on Spider-Man 4. I will make a separate video for the Amazing Spider-Man 3. But Spider-Man 4, Kraven the Hunter, Venom, what do you think? Let me know down below. As always, that's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit that notification bell to know when videos drop. Turn that subscribe button on. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you comment your thoughts down below. Check out the video on the left if you haven't already. Check out all my other videos. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.